another CO2 laser to our small business, and I'm so excited for you to meet this laser. This is the Beamo CO2 laser, and the reason why I love it so much is because of the size. You guys, CO2 lasers are generally so big and take up so much space, and to be able to fit that into a craft room, it's kind of hard. I used to have a CO2 laser in my craft room, but I decided to move it to the garage because it was just taking up too much space. So I was on the lookout for a laser that could actually fit in my craft room, but that was still a CO2 laser that could cut through acrylic. And that is when I found the Beamo CO2 laser. I'm so excited to set this up and unbox it with you and to show you how it works and to also start our first few projects. Let's get right into it. Okay, now that we've unboxed it, let's see what comes with the laser. So here we have a box. In our box we have a few tools. I'm sure we'll need these later. And in the box we have power cord and a few more tools. And this is everything that is included in our package, along with the manual books. Okay, I finished unboxing and I found a home for my Beamo. Let me show you really quick. So I ended up placing it on this cart I have, and it fits perfectly with plenty of space. And then here at the bottom, I have the actual air purifier. Now let's go ahead and set it up. First up, we have the Wi-Fi dongle that we need to add in here. Then we'll plug in the power cord. Then we'll add the vent and the clamp. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on. And the first time that you turn it on, it does take a little longer than it normally does, but it's just for the first time. So here we are. We're going to select our preferred language. We're gonna read through a fire hazard disclaimer. And just be sure to read all of this because it's super important. And then we can do a startup test. So let's go ahead and start. So first, we are going to do the homing test. In this test, we're going to ensure that the work area is free from any objects. And as you guys can see, there's nothing here. So we'll just hit home. It's basically going to frame it for us. And then next, we have the optical path test. So it says open the machine door cover. We'll tell the machine it's opened. And now it's asking us to take out the double-sided tape from the accessory kit. It wants us to grab a piece of tape, and we're going to stick it on the laser head. And we're going to put the tape right here. We'll go ahead and close the door, and we'll start the test. Okay, now we'll open the door once it tells us to, and we'll remove this piece of tape. It's going to ask us if the burn mark is located in the center of the light outlet. And as you can see here, it actually is, so we're good to go. Now it is asking us to do it one more time. And once it's done, we'll make sure that it is centered again, and it is. And our test is complete, ensuring that our laser is working. If yours isn't working the way it's supposed to, make sure to check the handbook as there is more detailed instructions in there. And then we'll set up Wi-Fi. And that is all the setup process. Let's go ahead and start creating. Okay, we have the Beamo. And I want to connect through Wi-Fi. We'll hit next. Actually found it, so let's just hit next. Nice. Let's go ahead and start creating. Okay, and it's asking us to calibrate the camera, so let's go ahead and hit yes. And we're gonna grab a piece of paper, and let's add in a piece of paper. Perfect. We'll hit next. We'll place this piece down, and it was focused for the piece of wood, so I know we're definitely going to need to fix that. So we'll untwist it and we'll pull it down. That's good. Twist it back up. Okay, let's close this lid. We'll hit start engraving. Let's see what it does. Oh my. Okay, so it finished cutting the paper and now it's asking us to confirm. Okay, so we'll hit next. And calibration is done. That's awesome. Okay, let's hit done and let's start up our design. So I'm going to add a text box and I want it to say, let's do at crafty Gotti _ which is my Instagram username. Now I want to select it all. We're going to hit this little button up here. And then here we should be able to change the font. So I want to use Keep on Trucking. That's one of my favorite fonts. Here we are. And then down here, we're just going to hit offset. Maybe just 0.1. I don't want it to be sharp. I want it to be round. Let's confirm. Okay, so now I'm just going to select it and I am going to size it. So under layer 2, this is the outline, so I want this to cut. So under layer 2, I'm going to select wood 1/8 cutting, and it's automatically going to adjust to their suggested power and speed, which is pretty nice. So then I'm going to hit layer 1, and layer 1, I actually want this to engrave. So I'm going to select wood engraving, and again, it's going to change up the power and the speed. I was able to use the camera feature to show me where my piece of wood is, and that way I can place my design kind of how I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and just move it a little more this way, and I think that's pretty solid. So let's just go ahead and send it to cut. Okay, let's go ahead and remove our piece of paper. Let's add in our piece of wood. And let's manually do the focus again because it was adjusted to paper. So we are going to lift it until it fits well. Perfect. And then we'll just lift this piece back up. And let's place it here on the top corner. And let's send it to cut. Another friendly reminder that this lid is actually clear, so when we send design to cut, we want to make sure not to look directly into the laser because this lid will not protect us from that laser, so you will need to be wearing laser safe glasses. Then I'm just going to run our hose through a window. So it's cutting, and the really cool thing is that here it tells us what percentage it's working at and how much time is remaining. And here it also shows the layout of the design as well as where the laser actually is. If we needed to, we could abort and we could pause, which is really nice. Okay, now it's letting us know it's 100% complete, so we can lift this lid and grab our piece. Oh, it looks really good. And here is our first wooden project. How cute! Okay, and now for my favorite test cut, we're gonna cut through acrylic. That's why we love CO2 lasers, because we can cut through acrylic. And again, I'm obsessed with the size because this is so small that it fits comfortably in my craft room. Really quick though, let me show you the beautiful colors that Flux offers right on their website. So first we have this acrylic serene, super cute. Then we have this acrylic horizon. Ooh, it has like gold and purple. That's so pretty. And then we have this acrylic cosmo. Oh my god, guys, can you see that? It like sparkles. I hope you can see that because these are so cute. I think I'm gonna go with this color first. Okay, let's set our acrylic sheet. This size actually fits in here perfectly. That's end of our Beamo unboxing, setup, and first few projects. Honestly, I love the size of the Beamo. It's super cute, but if you're looking to make bigger projects, you probably want to start with a larger laser. They do have bigger lasers available on their website. I think this is perfect if you do not have the space for a huge laser. I'll be sure to add all the links of all the products I use in the description if you want to check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.